Today we have an enigma. In this special chess position, you have the opportunity to sacrifice for the win in two different ways. Now, we're gonna have to figure out how to find out which sacrifice is the good one and which sacrifice is the rotten one. Take a look at the position. I'm gonna also tell you explicitly what the two sacrifices are so you have a clue where to start in your calculations. So this is the position. The white pieces here can sacrifice two ways. They can take on c5 with the queen, and they can take this rook on f5 here. One of them is completely winning and the other one is completely losing. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds in this video while my face will be paused to calculate one line and then to calculate the other. And at the end, you will have to have a final answer prepared, and we're gonna find out the solution together. So this video is gonna pause for 60 seconds right now. Okay, we're back. I hope you did well with this calculation. So here are the two moves, queen takes c5 and then queen takes f5. They both have their own motives, they both have their own separate ideas, and one works and one doesn't. Let's see the one that doesn't work first. If you said queen takes c5 as your final answer, you are wrong. In this position, queen takes c5 is somehow losing. It's really crazy how. It looks like a fantastic move. After d takes c5, taking the queen, the white pieces have a sniper on g2. And from there we can just play d6 check on the king. Long range shot, forcing rook d5 or rook f3. Doesn't really matter. Either one of them leads to bishop takes with checkmate on the next move. But there is a caveat to queen takes c5. You see, this is not that much of a forcing move, and the black pieces can not take this queen. Instead, if you looked for a resource for the black pieces, here you might have found the essential move rook f1 check. This decoys the bishop off this long diagonal, and if white takes this rook, there is no more discovered check here after the pawn moves, and the black pieces would just take here with a piece up on the white pieces. But that is not all. You do not have to take the rook here. Instead, you can move your king to three different options. They're all the same, they all lose. Let's say king d2. Well, here black has the option to play rook f2. And it doesn't even matter if you play king e1 attacking my rook. I don't care anymore because I have d takes c5. And now I take your queen, and once again, you do not have discovered check with mate on the next move because my rook attacks your bishop. And so this check would be met with call of the ambulance, but not for me, rook takes g2. It would be completely winning for black. And if you choose your move here with the white pieces instead of playing d6 check by taking this rook, once again, I have a ton of pawns as the black pieces and a piece up. And of course, the black pieces can defend this mate threat d6 checkmate with knight d6, covering the d6 square and forbidding this pawn to push, or bishop d6 just covering the d6 square as well. So okay, why is queen takes f5 so winning? It looks like an odd move. Well, this is where we had to evaluate past one move and see that after g takes f5 here, the white pieces can create a breakthrough with the pawn g6 move. And here there is nothing to stop g7 and g8 queen, and the black pieces cannot defend, mainly due to their own pawns. Like this is their own fault here, I'm not gonna lie. And so let's say after h takes g, you could even play h6, but not recommended, just take on g6. Actually, I think that h6 is a little less good. Let's see why. No, it's just a little less good. I don't know why. Just take the pawns. Take the pawns. Unless there's a special condition in which the black pieces can take up one of these two squares, then you would have to evaluate properly and take on the square that the black pieces cannot defend against. But here, after h takes g, let's say c4, best move for the black pieces, g7, and the black pieces can really not stop here, us queening once again. Once we queen, it looks like black has a lot of pawns and a piece to compensate, but it's really not scary. Here the white pieces would just tear apart this entire pawn structure and position and take pawns one by one, taking for granted every little speck of this position, tearing apart all the weaknesses, and eventually the white pieces would win. I hope you enjoyed this chess problem. We haven't done something like this probably ever on the channel, so something new. If you like this little mini-series, we can do something like this. They're cute little videos. They're not the longest, I know, but I hope this perhaps spinned your mind a little bit and gave you a little bit maybe of a moral. Calculate twice and calculate all the options of the positions and learn to evaluate deep in a line of calculations, and look at your opponent's best, very best way to counter your sacrifice. Because if you don't do that, you can get in trouble and ultimately be surprised by an opponent's resource that you didn't look for. So here's to calculating everything and calculating more than one move for the win. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm the Chess Nerd, aka Zach, and see you tomorrow.